Hi guys, so in today's video I want to talk about the Mercury retrograde, which is happening right now. Mercury retrograde dates are from November 9 to November 29. And I will also briefly want to say what this Mercury retrograde will bring for each astrological sign. But first I want to say that I'm a professional astrologer, Alina Umber, and I would like to invite you to have a session with me, astrological reading. The information is in my bio. Email me with the request. So about Mercury retrograde. Usually Mercury retrograde affects our life in the way that it can bring delays in traveling, also in study. You can also experience issues with documents and paperwork, so always try to check everything, every single word, every single page you're signing, or if you're writing a contract or you are, let's say, are about to start a new job, you have to always check all the information that you're signing because that could be an issue in future. So also it's the time that it's not good to buy electronics or very expensive devices. Also, it's not good to buy a car, which is a very expensive purchase, and Mercury is also representing a car, driving. So this would be a good time to finish something. Like, let's say it would be a good time to get your driver license when you already tried it a few times, or you just didn't pass the test, and this would be a perfect time to actually finish this and close this chapter. So also this could be, as I already mentioned, disruptions in traveling. So we can have problems with air traveling if you have a long distance travel, especially because this Mercury retrograde is in Sagittarius. It actually will cover two signs. It will go in retrograde motion in Sagittarius, and it will transit to Scorpio. So it will touch two signs through this transit. And Sagittarius is also representing long distance traveling. If you are buying tickets, also be very careful because you can make a mistake. So that would be like the easiest one to fix, but it's just not very convenient. Also, communication, meeting people. People can come back in your life, somebody from your past. You can just meet somebody that you haven't seen for a long time. You can speak about the subject, or some idea will come back to you that you were thinking about for a long time before and you just like magically forgot it. So something can come back because Mercury retrograde just brings things back to us in our life. So we finish it, we redo it, we finish it the best way possible. So a person from the past can come back. Like sometimes you can hear that a lot of exes come back in our life during this retrograde motion of Mercury, which is exactly what I'm saying. Like ex can come back to finish something that was unfinished, or maybe you guys have, or maybe you were thinking about somebody for a long time and this person just showed up in your life. So this relationship can be finished properly. Also, another thing, we can have people in our dreams. We can dream about somebody that we haven't seen for a long time. That could also be a perfect example for the Mercury retrograde. Like your ex can just show up in your dream instead of just in your life. So like the memory about this person can just be in your, like you can have this person in your imagination in your dream. Also, if you have a very important deal to sign until November 29th, it's obviously better to try to postpone if you can. Obviously, it's life, and sometimes you cannot just do that. So it's just, if it's possible, try to postpone it for December. Also, it's not very good to start any renovation in your house or apartment unless you already did that before and you're just coming back to that. Because if you do start it and you just do it in one way, you can change your mind, and when the Mercury retrograde goes the direct motion, you might change your mind. Also, it's not a good time to get married. You can have a party, you can have some meetings, or you can just plan something, but it's not a good time to just do the signature. It's not a good time to just sign documents, the marriage license. Also, during the Mercury retrograde, it's not ideal to start something absolutely new in your life, like a new business or a new project or something super fresh that you really wanted for a long time, and this is the time you're starting. It might just not be an ideal time for that, because this is the time to actually finish things, and you can change your mind in future. So I'm gonna say a few words about each sign, what area of life it will affect for you. So Aries, for you, your Mercury retrograde will transit the 9th and 8th house. It will start with the 9th house. So you might reconsider your long distance traveling, or this is not a good time for you to start a new study, a new subject, because that you might change as well. So also it's a good time for you to work on your set beliefs. So you might actually change yourself from the inside. This time for you could be perfect to work on yourself. You might reconsider some philosophical or religious ideas, or you might just read the book that will change your mind and you already know that book. So it might just be something interesting will come back to your life in a way of knowledge, or it could be somebody from the abroad. You can have a person visiting you from the overseas, from another country, or you can just start learning the language that you already were interested in and you just didn't finish. So you could come back to learn that language, or some knowledge that you started before and you didn't finish. But this is not a good time to start a new study, or to, like, let's say, really not a good time to book long distance traveling. Taurus, for you, Mercury retrograde will be in your 8th house, and it will be the best time for you to finish your financial issues. This is not the time to take the loan. This is just a perfect time to finish something up with your financial situation. And you might also have the problems from the past that connected to money, or some financial business partner. So a problem from the past with your business partner can come back, and this will be a good time for you to finish and close this page. Gemini, you're at the situation that everyone is talking about. So for you, the Mercury retrograde is in your 7th house, and yes, in your life, your exes can come back in your life, show up and remind themselves, and you can have those relationships back in your life just to close this page and to finish it and start with the new chapter when Mercury goes direct. Cancer, for you, the Mercury retrograde will be in your 6th house, and you might have to deal with issues with health, or some problem from the past at your work will come back, and you will have to finish or deal with that, or find a better way to how to solve the problem at your workplace. Leo, for you, Mercury retrograde is in your 5th house, and you're also one of those signs that could have access come back to your life. Somebody you had a very interesting meeting, you had a romance with, like romantic relationship, that person can come back and remind of themselves. And also you might just start doing some sport activity from the past that you were doing before, and you just stop doing that. So for you, this could be a time to just start doing the same hobby or sport activity. This is not a bad time for you, because this could be very interesting to become better at something like your hobby or the sport activity. Virgo, for you, the Mercury retrograde is in your 4th house, and it's a house of family or renovation. As I mentioned before, it's not a good time to start a home renovation. For you, Virgo, is actually not a bad time to start improving your house. For you, it's like a recommendation that you might do something to improve your house, come back to the solving the problems with your housing, or maybe negotiating your rent price, something with your housing. You might think again about moving. Just don't do it just yet. You can just think about it, plan it, maybe get ideas and information about the house, but do not buy, or maybe just wait until December to move, because that you can also change your mind about that. Libra, for you, Mercury retrograde is in your third house, and yes, for you, you might have to deal with a lot of communication. You might have to plan the trip and things like that. So this house is a house of communication, siblings, short distance trips. So Libra, you might have to reconsider your trips. Maybe you will have problems with your traveling, or you will have problems with the courses or teaching. If you are teaching a seminar, there might be some changes in the schedule, timing, or maybe even some information. So for you, it's in the house of communication. You might have students come back in your life if that's your situation. You can have also, you might have to redo some deal or re-sign the papers, redo documents. Scorpio, for you, the Mercury retrograde is in your second house, so you might just have to deal with financial matters, or also you would have to think about your self-esteem. This is the time for you to actually work on yourself. So when Mercury retrograde goes direct, you feel like you're very confident, you are in the best place in your life, and this is a time for you to reevaluate your self-worth. Sagittarius, the Mercury retrograde this time is in your first house, and you might think how to improve yourself. You will try to get better results at sport activity, how to look better. Don't do any major changes to your appearance, because you might change your mind later. But it actually means that it will affect you in general, your life. It's just during this Mercury retrograde until November 29th, don't make any very big changes in your life, like new projects, new relationship, or new business partnership, because that might change too. Capricorn, for you, Mercury retrograde will be in your 12th house, so you can have your exes can show up in your dream. You can actually have a lot of dreams that will, show you something from the past that really was bothering you for a long time. Or also you might just want to be alone for some time, have your time for yourself, and just relax, recharge. And it's just the time for you to be alone and realize what you want in this life. And it's good if you cut yourself out from extra information, extra noise, I would say. It's the time for you to just be alone and find your own, hear your own voice. Aquarius, so for you, Mercury retrograde is in your 11th house, and this is time for you to cut out the friendships that you think they're no longer serving you, and you feel like the time is up and you just need a new circle, new people around you. And this would be a perfect time to actually realize that. Just look around at your circle, look around, look at what people you're talking to, who is next to you. And this could be a time that you will actually see if this is the right person, this is the right circle for you to be in. And the last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, for you, this Mercury retrograde will be in your 10th house, which is a house of career, reputation, status. The clients from the past can come back, so you can finish something unfinished with the clients, or you might reconsider your deal, or you can experience some delays and disruption in your career. I hope you enjoyed watching my video about Mercury retrograde, which will happen from November 9th to November 29th. Subscribe for my channel for more videos like this about astrology events and astrology knowledge, astrology science, and astrology readings.